Okay, I'll go ahead and call the Budget Committee to order. We do have minutes from August 5th.
Motion approved. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or concerns about from either one of you guys? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Aaron, I'll just turn it over to you, sir.
All right, nothing in particular in your finance report. We're just 2 months through the year. We're about, pretty much on par with where we expect to be at the end of August. Fund balance report is in there. It shows you the budget amendments that we've passed so far in July.
Aaron,
Yes.
pull your microphone down.
Sorry. I don't even know if this one works.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me change seats.
It works now.
Works now? Hello? Nope. Yes?
I'll let you do karaoke.
Oh, well, no, thank you. All right, sorry about that, guys. Finance reports in your packet. Nothing in particular that I need to point out to you. Both the regular monthly financial for August, and then also the finance report, or the fund balance report that shows the ending fund balance from last year and the budget amendments that have been passed to date. Those are both in there, and nothing in particular that I need to talk about tonight. So that concludes my report.
Entertain a motion to approve his report.
Motion approved.
Second. Okay, motion and a second to approve the report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Budget amendments?
Yes, sir.
All right, just a few budget amendments. The first one is for the Ag Center. They're asking to take money out of their travel and other construction lines and put it into the other contracted services.
Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve Ag Center request. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
The next one is the ADA coordinator, Mr. Jim Kidwell, who works in the county mayor's office. He is retiring, as most of you are aware. This is money to pay him out his accrued vacation, and also to hire somebody to train with him for 2 weeks before he leaves.
Motion approved. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Next one has to do with the library. They were short on the budget that we had in ClearGov, $1,742. Probably not a lot of you are aware of this, but we do have a maintenance of effort with the libraries. It says we will continue to provide the same amount of support that we have. So this basically puts them in compliance with the MOE, and they're waiting on us to pass this so they can send it up to the next level to get it approved for maintenance of effort.
Motion. Second.
A motion and a second to approve request for library. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Next.
Next one is a transfer out of the Veterans Reserve Fund into other contracted services for $3,000. There is a attachment there. We had this one last month and we deferred it. There's an attachment back there as to what specifically the money is going to be used for. There's ink for 2 color cartridges, 2 mannequins, translucent vinyl Space Force logo, so on. And then they requested an additional $898.11, just figuring that they would need that to get through the rest of the year.
Motion approved. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve Veteran Services request. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Next. School board.
We got
Does everybody on the budget committee have a copy of ours?
Yes, sir.
So I'll go over these again. like I said, our first one, the first one again is one to account for an additional grant for our instructional technology department. That's the first part of that one. And the second part is we're abolishing a deputy director position. And when we shifted those responsibilities, we're also shifting some pay to the 4 remaining deputy director positions. Any questions on that one?
One question, Michael, when you say abolish, nobody's losing a job because
No, that is an empty position that we're choosing not to fill.
motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Budget Amendment 2022-03. Any questions? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Our next one is Budget Amendment 2022-04. This one was approved last night at our board meeting, and this grants a 5% raise to our cafeteria and food service personnel, and would bring our starting pay for a food service worker to approximately $11 an hour.
We have this one, Aaron.
I believe it's the second, yeah, we didn't have the cover page.
This one does not have a cover page. It was under new business last night. And we got some additional revenue. The USDA increased the reimbursement rate for us this year. And so we're using that to fund this raise for our food service staff.
So moved.
Have a motion to approve and a second to approve 2022-04. Any questions? One comment, that's still not enough money to work in there. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
In animal control a while ago, there was a request coming from animal control. I'll get it right in a minute. That, Aaron, we want to bid out a truck for animal control.
Okay.
And what they're requesting is a 4x4, 2500 two-door, regular old work pickup truck.
Okay, sir.
Do we have one go down or?
No, this will be an addition, they're gonna, if I understand it correctly, they're gonna keep the oldest one they have for, to put stuff in when they have to take it from wherever, from here to there, or pick up stuff. But they need the 4x4 mainly for the winter. They get stuck a lot from going out in the middle of nowhere to pick up animals. And I think there's a certain person getting tired of having to pull them out of the ditches and everything. So,
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
They gonna take the box off, the dog box off the district truck, hold multiple dogs and put on the new truck when they get.
that is correct.
That 4x4 capability.
Maybe why they didn't do it during the budget season or just something that came up?
No, I can't answer that. But if all they're asking to do at this point in time is to bid it out.
They don't have the funds in their fund balance to purchase it, right?
I doubt it.
I was looking here, but probably not.
Not for a new truck. Now, if there's a possibility of not purchasing a new truck, they may, but I would doubt it.
With $30,000 in their half, we may need to supplement a little bit to get what we need that's reliable.
How many miles is on the truck they've got? You have any idea? 254,000.
254,000 miles.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve, to bid out a truck for animal control, a 4x4, 2500 two-door work truck. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Unanimous. Okay. Jerry, did you have something you wanted to say?
I just want to apologize to the committee. I wasn't aware that the veterans thing was coming up last month and I wasn't here, so I apologize for me not being here. Thank you for what you did tonight.
Can I ask a question after the vote? I'm just curious. Does the state have a way they buy trucks and cars, right? They have a, is that, is,
Yeah, everything, well, almost,
how we're gonna get this truck?
Depends on if that's the best deal, I
If
guess.
that's the best deal, we,
yeah.
okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Not that I'm against it, I'm just curious.
I don't know, like, in today's market, usually, and we do buy off state contract a lot, but Mr. Lynch was a great finance person, and he was adamant about going out to bid, because we could almost always do better going out to bid than we could buying off state bid.
Yes.
But, again, y'all know what environment we're sitting in right now, too, when it comes to vehicles and everything else.
It's hard to find one, period.
Sir?
I've got something when you get
Okay.
ready.
Any other new business? Sir?
Mr. Glover and Kurtz and Gentry may have to help me remember this, but we had a judicial committee meeting toward the end of August, and Judge Tatum brought us a request. They had issued a bid for something, and they had about $4,200. It was odd dollars and cents for some improvements over at the judicial jail.
Right.
And
They
Aaron,
didn't
they
get
probably
into
didn't tell you about that, so.
No.
But I can send you the bid, but it was to put the, what do they call it, a fob entry? They were taking a doorbell out, put the fob entry in.
Interior.
Interior.
So it was something like 4,200, 4,300.
Right.
It was they asked, judicial asked it to come out of the capital projects. And everybody, no, the courtroom.
Courtroom security.
Courtroom security, I'm sorry.
Courtroom security. And
So basically, you need a budget amendment, Mike, for coming out of courtroom security, 4,000, what?
I'll get
Let's
Peggy to
see.
send that over to you.
how much is it?
That'll work.
Courtroom
It's
security.
it's an odd figure. They
Yeah,
just asked for whatever the bid was.
yeah.
Less than 4,300?
It's for you,
Courtroom
I
security.
think it would have been less than 4,500,
Right.
because I think Mr. Gentry, we had talked
Yeah,
about
we talked.
no more than 4,500, so.
Rounded it up, okay.
But I don't know if that's
Security
what.
has plenty of
it's for
money.
the Youth Services Department, not for judicial commissioners.
Yeah.
Service, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So we need to have a motion and to vote on that?
Yes, sir, please.
Make a motion.
Okay, a motion for not to exceed 4,500?
I think that was approximately correct. To come out of courtroom security, which has, according to this document, has 400,000.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Any other business? Mayor?
Yes, sir. I have four things, please. We have been granted part of our FEMA money back. I believe it is $750,578 right now. It was the first grant that we did get approved and is coming back to us. I would like your permission to, HR has asked permission to engage in a proposal for Steve Thompson and them to do our pay study again. So I just need a proposal to, or permission for you to let her do that, and then she'll bring back to you what that would cost you. It is a 3-year cycle that we're doing this one on.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Comments? All in favor, say aye.
Next thing is, Mr. Tommy had asked me earlier about our pilot program. I did get the summary done. We actually went over that with the JECDB, and I have that here. The only thing they did not have was the current wages. So I enlisted HR to do those for me. So they've called these companies that are on there. They have got half of them done so far. So I don't have all of the wages done, but I know that was a concern of yours. How many, we can talk about the pilot program, but what kind of wages are being given? So it may be next month, if you're okay with that, to bring you back all of the wages. They just asked that we didn't say who they were, but they were willing to give us their process of what they're paying.
Now, what I'm interested in, Mayor, is changing the matrix.
Yes, sir.
We increased the rate of pay for these jobs.
Yes, sir. And I knew that you wanted all the details, though, on what we have been offering to people, so you would know where to go to from there. I also have the information here that we put together for the ARP money. Me and Aaron have been in conversation about that and what CTAS has told us and the comptroller's told us. They still caution us on two things. One, wait till the final rule comes out. We thought that would be early this month, but it has not been. So what I'd like to do, with your permission, is schedule that workshop with the Budget Committee, inviting the whole commission. As soon as we get that final rule to come out, I would love to ask Wesley Robinson with CTAS to come out and tell us what they've come up with about lost revenue, of how to justify the first 14 million we've got. Aaron is aware of that as well. And then bring to you a piece of paper that has everything that's been required or been asked of us to try to fund with that ARP, so you can have that to digest during that workshop. And so we will do that with your permission. Just need to wait for the final rule to come out. Second thing is, they've also said too, as you know, we got 14 million here a little while ago. We'll get another 14 million a year from that date. They've said also, please be careful and not move too quickly on water, sewer, and broadband, because this infrastructure bill coming from the federal government, we could really double your money, give you more matching money there. So wait before you move on those three things. You can move on other things, but wait on that until you actually hear what that bill is going to do or not going to do. So that was the other caution they gave us in the County Mayors Association meeting the other day. Outside of that, I don't have anything else unless you have questions for me.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
How much money is outstanding on the FEMA money?
We have another, one is 750, and the other one, I believe, is 300,000 or 400,000. Is that right, Aaron?
So I think it's 270-something thousand, if memory serves me correctly. It may be 3, but I was thinking 270-something is what we appealed.
Okay, I got it right here. Ooh, I got 7, the first one totaled another 66,975. I don't see that exactly. I don't see that exact number because this one actually dealt with the first contract, and so they denied us some, so we sent an appeal back to get the rest of it. That's why I didn't come in on this one here. They argued about the price that we were paying to have it hauled, the best I remember, from our debris site. Anything else? Sent you a lot of emails lately on different things. Apologize for that. There's been so much coming in, and we've had so many people lately to resign, and we're working with Mike to make sure that we put that language in there right. I know you got the one on Miss Bannock, and I think that one's pretty straightforward. Mike's approved it, but the other two that's coming, I'll have to get his assistance on that to make sure that we're doing it right. But I'll get that to you as quick as we can. Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else that needs to come before the Budget Committee this evening? One other motion. Motion and a second to adjourn. Thank you very much for coming. Y'all be careful going home.